you can tell others to join. Okay. So in today's session, we'll be presenting you at the end. We'll take a little Viva session. So not Viva, in the chat box you have to answer. So be prepared, be ready, listen to it carefully, and your presence is welcomed. So I'm sharing this. Can you see the screen? Hmm? So
Yes, sir.
design of field system, like we have two types of motors. One is the DC series motor, another is the DC shunt motor. As far as the DC shunt motor is concerned, we can excite it separately, or it can be, the voltage source can be provided in the system itself. As far the series motor is concerned, in the series motor your torque is directly proportional to your flux and current, so it can never be started on no load. So now we are interested to know the pole design and how it involves. So first of all, how to design the poles. So in the previous class also we have seen, see the area of the poles, how to design it depends upon the cross section, pole height and design of field winding. So area of the pole, it depends upon the leakage coefficient into useful flux per pole, which we have seen. And this CL is the leakage coefficient that does not, the of the flux that does not link at all. So it depends upon the type of the machine and the rating of the machine. For example, we have a 50 kilowatt, 100 kilowatt, 200 watt, 1000 watt. So accordingly we have this coefficient, and the ratio is given accordingly between, it's around 1.2 to 1.7. Now the area of the pole is, we can calculate from the famous current density equation. Now onwards, you have seen in every machine we are using this current density equation, where AP is equal to phi p by BP, and this phi p can be expressed in terms of the leakage coefficient and the flux per pole. So wherein BP is flux density in the pole body. So length of the pole in case of the DC series is taken less than that of armature winding. Why? To permit end play. End play means what? To permit and avoid magnetic centering. Fringing, you should not, that magnetic centering, fringing due to the flux should not be more. Hence, the length of the pole is usually taken less than the armature, this thing, winding length. So difference in the length we should have to keep between 10 to 15 millimeter, wherein you can see the length of the pole body is given, the main length minus 0.1% to 1.5%, and the width of the pole body is accordingly given. Now the height of the pole is length into breadth will give you the height of the pole. So this height of the pole is decided by the MMF to be provided on the pole at full load. So full load field MMF should be greater than armature MMF. So ampere turns at full load, ampere turns at armature full load, this ratio happens to be around 1.1 to 1.25. So how do we go about the design? Okay, Shivram, let's consider. Okay, Sushmita, Suchitra, are you there? Everyone is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Ah, very.
Yes, sir.
To you
Yes, sir.
listen properly. Okay, let us consider a cylindrical coil. Okay, so the end surfaces may be neglected while considering cooling. Okay, end surfaces means you have the surface area of a rectangle or a cuboid. So you will take only the rectangular cross section. Top and bottom surfaces you will neglect. Inner and outer surfaces, only inner and outer surfaces may be considered effective for cooling. So ampere turns, MMF developed by field winding at full load is given by ampere turns at full load. So ampere turns at full load would be, see, height of the winding is given as HF, depth of the winding is given as DF. S is what? Cooling surface of the field coil in meter squared. S is the surface area. LMT is the length of the mean turn of the field winding. RF is the resistance of each field coil. TF is the number of turns in each field coil. So if we can express RF in terms of rho L by A, or rho can be expressed in, if we were expressing the reluctance, how we were expressing, we were writing reluctance is equal to 1 by mu times sorry, rho L by A it was, so it was like 1 by mu L, sorry, L mu L mu A, wherein mu is 1 by rho. So that was for the reluctance. Now TF is the number of turns in each field coil. AF is the area of each conductor of field winding meter square. IF is the current in field winding. Rho F is the current density in the field winding. So this del F would be equal to how much IF by AF, that you already know. Then theta F is the copper loss in each field winding coil, and loss would be given in watts. QF is the permissible loss per unit winding surface for normal temperature rise. That is, QF is expressed in the loss due to the temperature, and it is given as watts per meter square. And SF is the copper space factor, and rho is resistivity in ohm meter. So cooling surface, how do you calculate? Already I told you, for the cooling surface, what you will consider? You will consider only the length and this thing breadth. So for a rectangular cross section, you have on the side and the cooling surface of field winding, neglecting top and bottom surfaces. Side surfaces you will consider, that is only top and bottom you will not consider. So your space would be twice into length of mean turn into height of this field winding. So per permissible copper loss in each field winding, now copper loss in each field winding SAF would be dependent upon the area of this 2 LMT HF into AF. So what is this 2? This is the this thing. LMT is what? Mean length. HF is what? See here. We have already mentioned. LMT is length of mean turn of field coil. HF is height of the field winding. What is the AF? AF is the area of the conductor of field winding. Means what? See, this is the length and height. Okay, but the machine we are making, the length will have some cross sectional area, and that material is circular cross section in section. It is not a straight wire. So that area of cross section you have to consider, and that area of cross section into this total thing would give you the permissible loss. Okay, so cross sectional area of field coil would given by what? Basically this cross sectional area is that AF, it is represented by your height into depth. So this would be your HF into DF. So area, now how much copper you are requiring? See, copper, copper, how much you are requiring depends upon your this value, your SF value. What is this SF value? Copper space factor, because how much space you are going to keep, and how much height and this thing height and depth it will consider. Like in transformer also, you have the gross area divided by the stacking factor. Here also the total area would be equal to, net area would be equal to stacking factor into the gross area. So if this is the total cross sectional area, height of the field winding and depth of the field winding, so area of copper in each field coil would be equal to SF into HF into DF. So but area of copper is equal to, now area of copper we have seen, it is equal to how much? Area of copper, see, current density del F is equal to IF into AF. Okay, del F is equal to IF into current density. This here also you see, del F is equal to IF into AF. Can you see? Del F is equal to IF into AF. So how much you can write AF? AF you can write del F into IF. So equation 1, equation 2. So can you see here? Yeah, Shivram.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now you got. Now you can write directly instead of this thing. What I have written instead of IF AF. IF AF is what? IF into AF is IF. See, if I write IF, here you can see IF into AF he has written. So IF into AF would be equal to SF HF into DF, but area of copper is equal to, see, area of copper is equal to what? AF is equal to del F. Area of copper is equal to del F into, so your area of copper is equal to IF IF into AF, that is equal to SF HF into DF. So now you have to see the copper loss in each field coil. So here you have to see here. See, you can express this in terms of area of copper in each field coil. So he is telling area of copper in each field coil is SF HF DF. So this SF HF DF In terms of your AF, if you have to express, so in terms of AF, you have to multiply this AF by the amount of current that is passing through this. So this would be IF into AF would be equal to SF HF DF. Now your copper loss in each field coil, that is your theta F, that is IF square into R, that is that I square R loss. So I square F is as it is, R you have to express. Now IF square R, how he is expressing? Rho L by A. So total R would be, R for one turn would be 1 into rho L by A. For TF number of turns, it would be, if 10 turns are there, then resistance will become 10 times rho L by A. Now we say that we have TF number of turns. So it would be TF into rho L mean turn AF. So this is the copper loss in each field coil, that is IF square RF. So this IF square RF we can write. Now IF, how we can write? IF can be written in terms of, see here, del F is equal to, del F is what? Del F is current density. Del F is IF into AF. Del F is IF into AF. So del F is IF into AF. So in terms of del F, we can write IF is equal to del F into AF. So IF can be written as del F. IF can be written as del F into AF. Okay. So IF can be written as del F into AF. So here instead of writing IF, he has written del F into AF, and this del F into AF he has squared. So del F into AF square. Now you have this value from here. TF L, this thing AF is there. One AF square and one AF square will get cancelled. So you will remain with del F square. Rho will come, LMT will come, TF will come, and one AF will come. So this is the copper loss you are encountering. Now what you are interested in is that your length of mean turn, if it increases, what will happen? So length of mean turn is directly proportional to the copper loss. If you are increasing the mean turn, your this thing, see, your length of mean turn, your number of turns, your area, this thing, see, will give you the volume of copper in each field coil, because area into length will give you what? Volume, because it's a cubic factor. Area is in meter square, length would be in meter, so this is meter cube. In meter cube, what term you will get? You will get the term of volume. So copper loss phi f can be written as phi f square into rho and into volume of copper, because this LMT TF AF is giving you the volume of copper. For now, for particular volume of copper, so we can see if the copper volume of copper is constant, so your copper loss is proportional to your current density. So del F square. So you can see safely write your phi f is equal to rho F square, rho LMT SF HF DF. Here one important factor I wanted to express. See this TF, okay, TF into AF. Okay, here you can see what is written, but area of copper is equal to number of turns. See, here you have to be careful. The AF would be, if you have one turn, in one turn how much area? AF area. In 10 turns how much area? 10 into AF. So hence the number of copper area, total copper area would be equal to number of turns into area, and this area depends upon your this factor and height and depth. Okay, till now you are clear? Any doubt, Sushmita? Huh? Suchitra?
Yes, sir.
Till now you are having any doubt in any equation? You tell me please. Any doubt you are facing, like whatever I started? I will once again I will tell. See, basically what we are interested in, we are interested to calculate the losses and in the design of the field winding. How do we go about the design of the field winding? So what I am trying to consider is our coil which we are taking is cylindrical in cross section. Okay, so it's a cylindrical coil. So basically if you have seen the cylinder, how it is, the coil is circular in cross section. So in this consideration, what we are not taking is we are not taking end surfaces, top and bottom of the surfaces. If you see the side cross section of a cylinder, it would be rectangular in shape. So inner and outer surfaces are not considered. Now what we are taking, if we have the HF is the height of the winding, DF is the depth of the winding. Now S is the cooling surface of the field coil, LMT is the length of mean turn of field coil in meter, RF is the resistance of each field coil, your TF is the number of turns in each field coil, AF is area of each conductor of field winding in meter square, IF is current in the field winding. This del F you can see is the current density. Del F is equal to IF by AF, current by area. Current density in the field coil field winding, that is armature per millimeter square. Your theta F is copper loss in each field coil, that is in watts. Your QF is permissible loss per unit winding surface for normal temperature rise. SF is the copper space factor and rho is the resistivity in ohm meter. So while we are going for the calculations, we are avoiding the above and bottom. So we'll get surface of a rectangle. How do we get total surface area? Total surface area we will consider twice length into breadth. That is 2 times, because we have rectangular cross section on both the sides. So it would be twice length into height. So permissible copper loss in each field coil. For permissible copper loss, we have to multiply this with the area of the cross section as well, because on this much length, this much area of cross section would be there. So the cross section of field coil happens to be HF into DF. Okay, now this HF into DF, area of copper in each field coil, in one coil it would be SF HF into DF. So in 10 field coils, this area would be equal to 10 into AF. So TF into AF is equal to SF HF into DF. Till now clear? Clear, huh? Fakresh? Fakresh? Fakresh?
Yes, sir.
Clear, huh? Are you getting it? Any doubt? Anil Kumar?
Yes, sir.
No, sir.
Any doubt you are having? Anil Kumar, Veeramani, Santosh?
No, sir.
Santosh?
Present, sir.
No, not present, sir. Any doubts you are having?
No, sir. No, sir.
ಸಂತೋಷ್
Perfect, sir.
ತುಂಬಾ ಎಂಜಾಯ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ ನೀವು.
ಸರ್
ರಜಾ
ಕನ್ನಡ
ರಜಾ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ?
ಸೂಪರ್ ಆಗಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಸರ್ ಕನ್ನಡ.
ನೋ ಇದೆ ರಜಾ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದೆ, ಮಾಡಿ ಇದೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡಿ ಇದೆ, ಓದುಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ತು ನಿನ್ಗೆ, ಓದು. EMD ಓದು, ಆಮೇಲೆ DSP ಓದು,
ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ಸರ್.
ಪ್ರಾಕ್ಟೀಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ. ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟರ್ ಡೌನ್ಲೋಡ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಪ್ಲೇ ಸ್ಟೋರ್ಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಎಲ್ಲಾರು ಲೆಕ್ಚರ್ ಅವೈಲೇಬಲ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಇಂಟರ್ನೆಟ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಏನ್ ಬಾನ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಬೇಜಾರ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಇಲ್ಲ. ಎವ್ರಿಥಿಂಗ್ ಇಸ್ ದೇರ್. ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತಾ?
ಸೂಪರ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀವಿ.
ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ಸರ್.
ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಓದು.
ಸರ್.
Okay, okay, listen to me now. But area of copper is equal to TF into AF. So TF into AF would be equal to SF HF into DF.
ಸರ್ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಯಾವಾಗ ಸರ್?
Exam 10 ನಿಮಿಷಗೆ 10-15 minutes afterwards I am taking your exam. So you know my exam. ನಿನ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಯಾವ ತರ ನಮ್ದು ಕೊಡ್ತೀರಾ ಪೇಪರ್ಗೆ. ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ
ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್
Sir is asking for the final exam.
Final exam will be like in who's this?
Bindu, BINDU, Bindu.
Okay, Bindu Shri. Yeah. After a long time, I have seen you in my class. You simply log in and go. I know that. So TF into AF is equal to SF. Final exam would be like the patterns of GRE. So there they have that module VTO will send, wherein you must have to like sit in a place or something like that. I don't know, but it would be conducted. So don't think that we will not be conducted, because there is some software they are having online monitoring. If you move means your exam gets rejected. Something they are having, like one girl I conducted recently, this Viva, she told me that she gave GRE online only. So they had very strict policy. From home only she gave GRE exam. But they have certain policies wherein they monitor your screen and everything. and you cannot copy. So don't think that means the moment you start to copy means they will debar you for 5 years. So it's a very difficult situation now. People might be thinking we'll do this, that, and we will get out, but it is very difficult. Let me tell you one thing. So they have tools. So area of copper in each field coil is SF HF into DF, but area of copper is equal to TF into AF. No, I'm not pulling a fast one on you. You can ask your senior Apurva Shivkumar. You can ask her. She just gave some time back. Bindu Shri, you might be knowing her. Okay, do you know her? Bindu?
Who, sir? Who, sir?
Apurva Shivkumar, 8th semester, electrical.
No, sir, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay. You can ask anybody if they know. They can ask how they are giving exam. So TF into AF is equal to SF HF into DF. Copper loss in each field coil. Copper loss, how do we express? We express in terms of I square R. So this I square is I field current ka square into RF. So RF will be given as rho L by A. So, but rho L by A would be resistance of 1 turn. But what about resistance of 10 turns? We don't know how much total number of turns are there. So we express, let's suppose TF is the total number of turns. So for RF, we express it in terms of TF rho LMT by AF. So this TF is the number of terms, rho is this. And then IF square is what? Current density del F is equal to IF by A. So we have to express this IF in terms of current density and area. So we will replace this by AF into del F. So IF square is replaced by AF into del F ka square, TF rho LMT AF. So this AF and AF gets cancelled. AF 1 AF square and down 1 AF is there, it gets cancelled. So you have AF TF LMT rho. This is your copper loss. Now you see that your copper loss is directly proportional to your square of the current density and the volume of the copper. So now MMF for per meter height of field winding is ampere turns per field winding into HF. So ampere turns is what? Current into number of turns. So IF into TF divided by HF will give you current density. That is equal to 10 power 4 into under root AF SF DF. So how do you got this QF SF DF 10 power 4? Can anyone tell? See, it is simple now. From here only you can see. So here only you can see. So this, if we keep constant, so dou F is square, it is proportional to. So dou F is under root of this phi F. So this phi F, if you can see here, so phi F where it went, yeah, here. So you can see that this is linearly proportional to this, and this term becomes your this QF SF into DF. So for now, the thing is that MMF per turn, it depends upon what for particular temperature rise. Now suppose you have a particular temperature rise, your MMF per meter of height of field winding is proportional to under root of product of 3 terms. Now 3 terms, what are these 3 terms? The number 1 term is permissible loss per meter square of cooling surface. So this is the permissible loss, excluding the top and the bottom surfaces. Okay, SF is copper space factor. Value lies between 0.4 to 0.65 for large wound wires and to 0.75 for large rectangular cores. DF is depth of the winding, that happens to be less than or equal to 40 to 50 millimeter. Otherwise, the temperature between the hot spot and outside would be very large. So depth of the shunt field winding, it depends upon the armature diameter. See, if your armature diameter is 0.20, so winding depth would be 30. And similarly, for rest, this is the tabulation. So height of the field winding, see, again from the same formula, you can see height of the field winding is here the same formula, height of the field winding here. Now you can calculate from this same formula, height of the field winding is ampere turns in 10 power 4 QF SF DF. So total height of the pole depends upon your height of the field winding plus height taken by insulation and height wasted due to what? Curvature of the yoke. So these are the 3 terms which we have to take into consideration. So this is height by insulation and height by curvature of the yoke. You can write HF plus HS plus HY. So HS is height of the pole shoe, that is around zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2 height of pole, and 0.1 Tesla to 0.15 Tesla depending upon the size of machine. So this is uh, now what about this was about the design procedure. So how do we go about the design? So there are 4 steps in the design primarily. So number one step is added. Then further for calculations, you have some, like in transformers I had steps. So these are primarily you can say that here, these are not all the steps means 15 and all, but 4 are basic, and then there is some manipulation. See, how do you go about the design procedure? So first of all, you'll assume the depth from the table, df from the table. So you will be provided a table, and for this depth you have to calculate. Now when once the depth is given, so calculate the length of mean turn. So again, length of mean turn, you will be given the length of purple, and this thing width, and this depth. So you have to see again twice into length of this pole plus bp plus twice df. So in order to allow for the voltage insulation in generators, assume that this length is 10 15 to 20% of rated voltage and is absorbed by the field rheostat. So there I have told you it was around 15%. So you have to take that voltage across shunt field winding to be around 80 to 85%. 80% means 80 by 100. 85 means 85 by 100. So this would be 0.8 to 0.85 V by P. So this is what voltage per pole. So once you get this voltage per pole, you can easily get your resistance. Resistance is expressed in terms of Ohm's law, EF by IF. So this EF by IF is also given by rho F. This is given by rho LMT into AF. So here some mistake is there, so that you have to consider. Or area of the shunt field winding, AF you can write in terms of this, IF into TF, that area, because area is what? Area would be given by current density. See, basically your current density is IF into AF. So AF would be given as current into your current density. So that value you are substituting here, and you will get around ampere turns per field and rho LMT EF. Now these are the 4 essential steps. After that, if you know this, then it becomes very easy. 5th step is, if you have a smaller cross section standard, round wide should be used. For large, I have told you again, rectangular, then you have to calculate the winding of this height. So total height of the pole, again I have told you, is like height of the shoe insulation and clearance, that is height of the pole minus that shoe insulation and clearance that you have to take. Then number of turns, you know, TF is equal to what? This factor also you have to consider, HF into DF by SF. Then find the resistance of each with TF turns and area of cross section of the conductor. So this resistance, you know, rho LAF TF. Now you can find aram say your current, field current. Once you know your RF and EF, you can calculate by Ohm's law, EF by RF. Now check the current density in the shunt field winding. Check rho F is equal to IF by this del F. Value of del F should be lie between 1.2 to 2.5 ampere per. Yeah, tell me. Yes.
Sir,
Any
voice
doubt?
is breaking, sir.
Okay. Now I will keep. Okay, so then value of del F lies between 1.2 to 2.5 ampere per millimeter
Sir?
square. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, del F is equal to IF by AF, no, sir?
Yeah, here some mistake is there. So del F is equal to IF by AF. Some mistake you can understand na, that del F is equal to IF by AF. No, this is not del F. This is actually SF. SF is also
Yes, sir.
area. This is SF is equal to IF by del F. This is area. Okay, this space factor, that also you have to consider in terms of this. So value of SF should lie between your 1.2 to 2.5 ampere per no, value of this del F should lie between 1.2 to 2.5 ampere per millimeter square. In case of windings with air duct, it may go up to 3.5 ampere per millimeter square. Now if this del F value is given in millimeter square and the main dimension is in meter, then you have to multiply with 10 power 6. Okay, here you have to multiply 10 power minus 6, but in numerator it will become 10 power 6. In case it is given in centimeter, then you have to multiply it with 10 power 4. Remember this. This is the main mistake many students are doing in the examination. So, and then your answer is wrong and you are getting little less marks. So we need 100 out of 100. Find the mmf provided, then mmf is ampere turns, so this would be around if into tf, and calculate the I square r. Okay, once you have this, you can calculate if square into rf, then calculate the cooling surface of the coil. So this cooling surface is twice lmt af plus df. Assume the suitable of cooling coefficient, this you can assume. Calculate the rise of the coil tm, and if the temperature exceeds specified limit, assume a greater depth for winding and repeat conclusion. Now see, now we will also do a numerical on this, and see here. Now what is the difference? Now this was for the shunt. Now in case of the series field winding, what we will do is mmf should be provided on series field at full load. Usually it lies between 15 to 25% of armature mmf, and for normal machine it may be taken as 20%. So mmf for series field is like 15 to 25. There you saw it was 15 to 20. So this one design difference is there, and number of field turns will remain same, and area of series field conductors is same, and rho s is higher than that of, see here the current density you can see is higher because of you are considering 15 to 25, not 20 to 15. So should be higher. Now let's see one numerical so that you will understand. The main issue with you is that no matter how much I am understanding you, no matter how much you on YouTube you see any video see, you will not learn. Learning is only by reading a book. If you are reading a book and applying yourself, reading, the conventional method of learning is by seeing, okay, to some extent, but if you are not picking up pen pencil and trying by yourself on a notebook, you will not learn. No matter, even if some of the best teachers from IIT or even God comes to teach you, it is impossible to learn until and unless you are not practicing yourself. Because self learning is the best learning. If you are not learning by yourself, nobody can teach you. Let me tell you, because I am frank. See, maybe if a teacher is giving a lecture, you like the lecture, you, this is a nice teacher and all that thing, but if you don't try yourself, you are not able to learn. So that is my experience with teaching and learning. So now I can say that you people only you have followed 30 to 40% because you are not practicing at home. Now let's consider this question. So read this question for me. Anybody can read? Yes. Anybody? Bindu, can you read? Bindu? Bindu, are you there? Just log in and go. Huh? Sushmita, are you there? Sushmita? Just read this.
Yes, sir.
Just read this question
Yes,
for
sir.
me.
A shunt field coil has to develop an MMF of 9080. The voltage drop in this coil is 40 volts, and the resistivity of round wire used is 0.021 ohm per meter and mm square. The depth of the winding is 35 mm approximately, and the length of the mean turn is 1.4 m. Design a coil so that the power dissipated is 700 watt per meter square of the total coil surface, that is outer, inner, top and bottom. Take the diameter of the insulated wire 0.2 mm greater than that of the base wire.
Okay, so you read the question. So many parameters you can see. So many parameters are there. 1 second. So you you try this question. I'll explain you in 2 minutes. Hello. Yeah, now you have read this question. So I want you people to try for this question. So how many of you are trying? Sushmita, did you try? Hello.
So I'm writing the given data.
So the given data is ampere turns is 9,000 ampere turns. Your EF is given how much it is. Your field winding MMF is 40 volt. The voltage drop in the coil is 40 volt. Your rho is given, resistivity 0.021 ohm per meter is given. Your length of the mean turn is given 1.4. The length of the mean turn is given 1.4. So your DF is given. DF is what? DF is this, the depth of the winding 35 meters. So you height of the winding is given. So now your QF is the loss 700 watts per meter square is given. Now diameter of the insulated wire is 0.2 mm. Now this is the given thing. So first you should know, identify how you will write what is the given thing. Now once you have written what is the given thing, after that you have to go to find what is asked. So it's asking design a shunt field coil. So designing means what? Designing means you need the area of the cross section. Okay, you need the diameter, you need other factors. Okay, total area of the winding, total area of the conductor. So how do we go about the total design? See, with this, number one thing is that area of the conductor AF. Area of the conductor AF is given as ATF rho LMT EF. Okay, so this is area of the conductor you can easily get. Okay, how this area of the conductor AF you are getting? AF is what basically? AF is IF, sorry, your del F is IF by AF. So AF is IF by del F. So IF by del F. So IF he has expressed, IF can be expressed in terms of, tell me, IF can, in Ohm's law, current can be expressed in terms of voltage and resistance. So your voltage is equal to I into R. Your I is equal to voltage by R. Your I is equal to voltage by R. Now here also you are substituting the values of voltage and resistance. So you are getting AF, because AF is what? You write in the copy. AF is what? AF into del F. AF into del F is AF into del F is IF. AF into del F is IF. Now you want AF. AF would be IF by del F. IF by del F. So IF you are expressing, IF would be resistance by voltage. IF would be, current would be I is equal to V by R. So if you are expressing this, V is equal to IR. So I is equal to V by R. Or in other words, if you are writing this, AF is equal to your AF is equal to your del F is equal to IF by AF. So AF would be equal to IF by del F. So that values you have to substitute. So once you are substituting those values, you will get this. So you will get this AF would be equal to this thing. What he has done is, see what he has done. You tell me what he has done. See, you're basically, if you see, he has done 1 by EFC. AF would be equal to IF by del F. So how he has expressed? So this is RF. If we can write RF in terms of IF, so that is VF by RF. So RF can be written as rho L by AF, rho L by A. So instead of that, what he is writing? Rho L in the top, okay, that area, and then this voltage. So basically your total number of area of the cross section would be depend upon the ampere turns. So this ATF is given 9,000. Here it is given 9,000. Okay, and then your rho also mentioned 0.021. Your LMT also seen 1.2, and your EF is 40. So this thing we have seen in the previous calculation. No need to go that much into detail from where it came. It came basically from the permutation and combination of your Ohm's law and your current density equation. You will get this formula. It is handy in an examination if you remember such formulas. Directly you can put and get the value of AF. Now the diameter is equal to twice under root A by pi. So this also we have to take into consideration. So the diameter of the conductor is given 2 millimeter. Diameter of the insulated conductor would be 2.9 plus 0.2, that is 3.1 millimeter. And space factor happens to be 0.7 d by
Sir?
d1. Yeah, tell me.
Sir, they have not mentioned the diameter of bare conductor as 2.9 mm, sir.
Diameter of bare conductor, no, that you have to see now. See here, a shunt field coil voltage coil is, and the resistive they will run is used. See, this is the round wire he has used. So round wire diameter of the bare conductor would be 2.9. Rectangular wire it would be something else. In the theory I have mentioned, in the theory section where I have taught, I have mentioned this. So that things, certain things in design you have to remember. Those formulas, around 30 formulas I'll make. I'll give it to you. I'll give soon. Monday I will send you. Remember those formulas directly. You can substitute in the examination, and there you will have no problem. So this, like these type of formulas, na, I will give. So main thing is that you should know how it is coming. I will give you the formula. So total winding area AW would be equal to DF into HF. So that value you can take. Total area of conductors would be equal to 0.66 into 0.03 HF. That is the DF value here substituting, and HF. And winding area is equal to TF AF in 10 power mix, as AF is expressed in millimeter square. See here. That's why he's multiplying this. So therefore TF AF in 10 power minus 6, you will get 0.0231 HF. And then you can get the number of turns in terms of HF to be 3.5 in 10 power 3 HF. Now total dissipating area of coil considering all the surfaces. Now here he has considered all the surfaces, so 2 into 1.4 HF plus DF. Otherwise what? This DF was not there. Top and bottom if eliminated means 2 LMT HF only, not DF, because this is for the top and bottom. So here tricky question. So 2 into 1.4 HF plus this thing. So you will get in terms of this. And now permissible loss is given QF is 700 times this 700 2.8 HF plus 0.0098. So this QF in terms of HF. Now the thing is that you require this value of HF. So permissible loss, this QF was 700 in terms of this. This would be IF square into RF. So IF square into RF, IF you can express in terms of EF square into RF, okay, or EF square into RF square. So this would be EF square into RF square. Here one RF cancel, so it would be EF square RF. So this is EF square RF. You can write in terms of rho L by A. So rho LMT by A down. So this goes up AF. So this is for 1 turn. For 10 turns, it would be multiplied with TF. So QF is equal to your EF square is 40 square. You have the value. AF is given, calculated 6.6. Again TF rho value is given 0.021. LMT given 0.14. So you get, this is QF. QF you calculated in terms of HF and this thing. TF here. So now you want the value of TF. So TF you can express in terms of HF. So this is 0.36 in 10 power 6, 1960 HF plus 68.6. Now this if you equate equation 1 and 5, so you have an equation 1 here. So in one TF value you calculate 3.5 in 10 power 3 HF, and 5 equation you have here. So where TF value is this, so you can equate these equations. So you can write 3.5 in 10 power 3 HF would be equal to 0.36 in 10 power 6, 1960 HF plus 68.6. So HF is common. From this you can get the value of HF, 0.15 m. Now once you get the value of HF, you can get the value of TF, because you have to substitute the value of HF only there. Here 1960 HF value is 0.15. So number of turns you get 933. Loss you already knew. Permissible loss QF was 0.366 in 10 power 6 divided by TF. So you get the value of the permissible loss, 386. Current, field current would be 386. Loss because loss is what? Loss would be in terms of current and voltage only. So loss is basically IF into EF. So IF you get loss divided by EF, that is 9.65 amperes. So this was one question. Now you note down this question as assignment. By this Saturday, I want this assignment. All of you have to give this assignment. Give it on
So where to upload, sir?
uploading. You can upload that in Ramesh sir B section is there, right?
Yeah.
There also you can upload. No problem.
Okay, sir.
So otherwise, if
For this question, separate folder is there, sir?
No. I will make one folder. I will make one folder. You no take this. You need to upload this. I will now only. I
Yeah,
will
sure,
make.
sir.
I just saw. I have not made one folder. I will make. So
Yeah,
you
sure,
take
sir.
this. Yeah, take this question.
Yes,
Afterwards,
sir.
5 minutes. We will do one quiz, and let's see how you. First, you take this. You can take a screenshot of it, and then we can start with the quiz. You have taken screenshot.
Yes, sir. Oh, sir.
Okay, I will. Okay, so nice.
Scroll it down, sir. We are not able to see that. See.
No, I will put this question in Google Classroom. Okay, from there you can assignment. I will write. You can take from there. No problem. Because you people see in the examination, if problem like this comes, you cannot be able to solve. That is for sure. Can you solve this? Because you are not practicing. So that's why I'm telling you practice. Okay, now we'll start with this. What I say? No question. Okay. I'll present to you.
Attendance, sir.
I had not no attendance. Now exam is there. First exam and then attendance. Yeah, some questions you are going to see. You have only 5 minutes. You answer in the chat box. You can see the questions. What is the relationship between the flux and the no load speed? This is no load speed, okay? No load speed. So first question is this. I want in the chat box, I want that only I will consider for attendance, and this is for 5 marks. It is going to VTO. So please be serious and don't play around. So I'm seeing all of you are present. So this is very good. So you have to give the answer fast. Within 5 minutes, I want answers. So now you can see the questions. Question number 1, 11:56 it is. By 12:01, I will lock it, and I will not consider any attendance also. What is the relationship between the flux and the no load speed? Question number 1. Flux is directly proportional to the no load speed. Flux is indirectly proportional to the no load speed. Flux is directly proportional to the square of the no local speed, load, whatever it is. Flux is indirectly proportional to the square of this speed. So this is question number 1. By now you should answer this. What is the formula of number of turns per coil? So what is the formula for number of turns per coil? Number of turns per coil is equal to number of conductors divided by 2 into coils divided by slot into number of armature teeth. B option is number of turns per coil is number of conductors into 2 coils divided by slot into number of armature teeth, or number of turns per coil is equal to number of conductors star 2 into coils divided by slot divided by number of armature teeth, or number of turns per coil is equal to number of conductors divided by 2 star coils divided by slot divided by number of armature teeth. So this is question number 2. So by now you should answer this. Okay. What is the formula of the length of the stator slots? So length of the stator slots is equal to 2 into perimeter of 1 magnet. Length of the stator slot is equal to half into perimeter of 1 magnet. Length of the stator slot is equal to 1/3 into perimeter of 1 magnet. Length of the stator slot is equal to 3 into perimeter of 1 magnet. This is question number 3. Now question number 4. What factors does the diameter of commutator depends on? Length of the commutator, speed of the commutator, peripheral speed of the commutator, opening of the commutator. What factor? Okay. Question number 5 and 6, you have an option which you will do, because I'm only considering 5 questions. You can give answer to all 6 questions. I will consider the right 5, or you can give question to only 5 questions. It's your choice. So for a DC machine, given diameter of the commutator is equal to 0.48 meter, speed is 600 rpm. What is the voltage across the commutator? Okay, speed is given, diameter is given, now voltage is asked. Okay, so what is the formula for calculation of brush current of a DC machine for wave winding? Brush current is equal to 2 into armature current per pole. Brush current is equal to armature current per pole. Brush current is equal to armature current. Brush current is equal to P by 2 into armature current. So another 2 minutes I am giving you, and by 12:01 I need all your answers, and I'm going to lock it. So don't try to cheat and all that thing. So those of you who have missed questions, I'm going to again read. What is the relationship between the flux and the no load speed? Option is flux is directly proportional to the no load speed. Flux is indirectly proportional to the no load speed. Flux is directly proportional to the square of the no load speed. Flux is indirectly proportional to the square of the no load speed. What is the formula of the number of turns per coil? So number of option A is number of turns per coil is equal to this. Option B is number of turns per coil is equal to this. Option C, number of turns per coil is equal to this. Okay, option this thing D is this. So option question number 3 is, what is the formula of the length of the stator slots? Length of the stator slots is 2 into perimeter of one magnet, half, 1/3, 3 times. What factor does the diameter of the commutator depends upon? Question number 1 is length. Question number 2 is this. C this, D this. And for a DC machine, given diameter is this, speed is this, what is the voltage across the commutator? 15, 15.5, 15.2, 15.1. And question number 6 is, what is the formula of brush current of DC machine for wave winding? Only 1 minute is there. Now you finalize your answers and give. So I'm seeing till now nobody has answered. So please start answering. So please start answering the questions, because if you are not answering means I have to put 0 for all. That I am very capable of doing. So please. Yeah. So answer it, time up. Please answer. I'm waiting for the answers. Yeah. No, all answers I want. Mushtaq Beg has given answers. So you type now answers. Please fast you type. I cannot show the questions every time. 5 minutes is there. That's up. I will consider only Mushtaq Beg's option then. Babu. Now,
Wait, sir. We are doing.
Now many networks will go. Anil Kumar has given. Anil Kumar has given. Fast you have to give. Another 1 minute I am waiting. Mushtaq Beg.
Sir, Vivek also give.
So I am also here, sir, but I did not put name, sir.
No, you have to put name and give. Fast.
Yeah, wait, sir.
All are copying, huh? No, some of them are not copying.
No, sir.
No. I was saying, okay, fast you give. Don't you think that it is from internet? I have made on my own. Maybe it may be somewhere, but questions I framed.
So last time also these questions are there, no, sir?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same questions.
Internet, sir.
Same questions, sir.
Yes, sir. Last time I saw, sir.
Okay. So yeah, the things common, na? Studies are common. What can we do?
Yeah, yes, sir. Same question, same option, sir.
Okay. Now let's see, na, same question, same option. Let's see whether you are able to answer or not.
Yes, sir.
Done, na? So now I'm taking another 1 minute.
Lock.
Lock this answer.
Yeah. So yes, I have to lock. Mhm. So how many of you are? Wait. See, we cannot fail you also, right? So many things are there. This question number 5 and 6 is repeated. Yeah, now I'm locking the question and we'll stop recording. And thank you very much for your